So in this exhibition, you change the role of the visitor, the normal role. In this case, are they the subjects of the artistic experience? They also change the...
That's a very good question. What are the subjects? They are maybe not the subject, but they are definitely subjects of the experience. And it's, yeah, let's say they are part of it. It's obvious that I think that's what they do when they are here. They sense that they are part of this experience. So, as being part, they are also the subject of, but they are not. It's a mixture of how we deal with the visitors. As when they come in, we obviously do something for them. So they are subject of our attention in this sense, but it is not in all the situation that, and I will say it's only downstairs where the conversation engages, and when the person engages with the conversation with one of the performer, where of course your subject is at stake. It cannot not be, and it is maybe the most obvious place where this is where they are the subject, but they are the subject as much as the performer is also the subject. So it's not it's in a relationship, not like object subject in a way, but yeah, and it's a different kind. And upstairs it's also yeah, they're not the subject, but they are definitely subject of. Yeah.
And I think that this exhibition is not only your retrospective. I mean, it is also the dancer's retrospective. Do you agree with me?
Yes, absolutely.
And moreover, I think that it is more like a reciprocal transmission. As you have said, there are a lot of people involved in this exhibition. Not only you and the dancers, also the public and the visitors. Can it be defined as a collective experience?
There is definitely a collective experience in this, absolutely. Yeah. And I would say that I would extend also that it's also the notion of retrospective is also valid for the visitor. I think the visitor, when he experiences the exhibition in a certain way, does hers or his retrospective.
Yeah.
There was some comment, for example, one visitor said yesterday to a performer, when the performer was saying, in 1994 something, I was, and then the visitor says, 1994 was a couple, that's when we got married. And this is the one of the ideas, that you experience things through your stories, your life. And it's not that we talk about your life, but the way you will receive what we do is also constructed by this. So it makes this, it emphasizes that it's this relationship that produces the thing. It's not only the object somehow.
And how do you consider the visitor's reaction? What are your first impressions about the reactions of the visitors?
They are great.
Great? Yeah.
There's so many different kinds. Already in 4 days, it's quite amazing.
Yeah.
Very wide range of reception.
Okay. And I think that in the Fundació Tapies, the scholars' visits are very important. How would the dancers work with a group of children?
Yeah, we have tried. Apparently, the teachers were not really happy because it takes too long.
Too long.
And this is interesting to think that we were now asked to do this visit for can it be less than 5 minutes? And of course, this is a bit against the whole idea of the project. So we could, but then we would propose an idea which is not actually the idea we want to promote in a certain way. So I think it's totally possible, but then it's interesting to see that we propose something, we can actually do it with the children, and it says no other, there is no reason that we cannot, and I think it's also great when you see, yesterday I was seeing these children so that now they cross and they're not allowed to stay, well, for yesterday, I think some school wants to have, and then they can simply be in the space and experience the whole thing for more than 5 minutes, or and choose actually their time, because this is what it is about. They should somehow choose their time, how long you stay, what you want to see. For a group of children that is framed in, and then you see how our education function already at 3 years old say, okay, you can do this, but 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Something which is actually challenging your interest or how you focus on things, and so it's a sort of but it's very interesting. So I think it's totally it's really funny how they. So yesterday this school they went through and they look like this, and then when they come back, so they already know that something happens there that different than looking at the painting, and they were all looking. There is this one loop where there is the choreography of the Rite of Spring, where there is this movement of the conductor, and a lot of kids were walking and they were doing.
Yeah.
they immediately like put this in their body, like it's which is great. It's also what the work is about. That it's your body is involved and in any kind of aesthetic experience, but of course much more evidently when it is a person, a human person that stands in front of you.
And regarding to Untitled, the work that you perform downstage, I think that you want to put in the same level the body and the inert objects. With no light, people cannot distinguish if you are working there or if there are only marionettes. Is that what you pretend?
This work, this room is exactly for this, producing what you say, this not knowing if it's alive, if it's not alive, it's an object, but it's an object in the form of a human figure, so you would tendency project that it is alive, even if it's not. So it's to originally I thought about it as a studio where I would work. No, I didn't find yet the time to work because there's so many things to take care of, but this will come. But what I see now is that this, without me being in there, it already worked by itself very, very strongly between the visitor and this puppet, so that there is not even the need to have one live in the room, and this is much, and this I could not, I don't know, I didn't see this before, but of course the visitor, they go through rooms where there are always live things, and they come in this room, and there is no reason that suddenly it will not be alive. So through the experience that they do in the other room, they already themselves produce what I want to actually to work on, which is great because they do it without that I'm there.
But when you go to this room, I think that people maybe experiment a little fear.
Yeah.
And this is maybe your purpose, or?
No, I don't want them to be scared.
Scared, no, but a little bit.
Yeah, but you're right. I think that already now, and it's but I knew this, and this is this notion of uncanniness where you
Laurent has written in the book that you were talking about this.
Yeah, I'm interested
in Freud.
Yes, I'm interested in this notion as it talks about an experience where you encounter something that you know, but you are afraid, although you know. So in this case, so if we talk about the room upstairs, you encounter a person that moves in front of you and goes to you. You know this in life. It's not something that you don't know, but there is a little, like, it's strange, and you maybe don't want. You're a little bit scared and downstairs it's exactly this what happened, but not on another level where this looks like a human being, but so it's totally familiar, it's totally something you know, but this thing doesn't move. A human being should move, and then you start to be scared. It is not alive, it is dead, it is an object, and so you, and this is the proper of this definition of some uncanniness. And I'm interested in this because these are the moments where you have to rethink or re-experience what you think you know, but you actually never really know, or you know through experience, but you, and this is how we develop as human beings, I think, in a way we make experience and then they repeat, and this way we learn, but then we encounter the same experience that doesn't work the same. So we have to, okay, so I have to rebuild something of myself to continue to live this. So that room is one of the, it's working on this idea, and so I'm not interested in, I don't want to scare the people, it's not the horror, but there is this thing that should be produced, like this moment of a little bit uneasy, and it's already much more in this black room than I thought. I thought when I'm not there it's okay, but how it turned out to be, this feeling is much stronger than I could imagine.
Gracias.